the traditional food, open face sandwiches. They're called, oh, I just spaced what they're called. Anyway, but they just have rye bread. They'll do rye bread, and they'll do, oh, it's called smørbrød. That's what it's called. So they just layer it with whatever you want. So remoulade, which is kind of like a tartar sauce mixed with mustard kind of. And then they'll put egg slices or meat or fish, pickled fish or different things. And then you just eat it open. You don't put two pieces together. You just eat it open-faced with a knife and fork. It's really good, actually. It's super yummy. And they really like pickled things. So like pickled beets, pickled cabbage, like it's red cabbage. Frikadeller are the Danish meatballs and they'll do boiled new potatoes with this brown sauce that they pour on top of it. I got a lot of meat and potatoes on my mission, a ton, which it was super good. Christmas is my favorite. They have so much food at Christmas time, and it's like awesome. They'll have duck, flæskesteg, which is a pork back, but they leave the skin and they crackle it. So they broil it under the broiler, and you eat it all. It's super good. And everybody makes candies and cookies and different kinds of treats at Christmas time that are very specific to Denmark. Everybody loves black licorice. Black licorice is a staple. It's in every grocery store. They have black licorice for children, black licorice for adults that says on the package, not for children. Salt licorice, which kind of has a bite to it. So they put ammonium chloride in the stuff for adults, so it has a kick, which is why they're not supposed to give it to kids. Anyway, they love their black licorice. So that's everywhere, every kind that you can think of. What else? Rødgrød med fløde på is a red berry soup, kind of, that they have for dessert, and they'll pour cream on it. It's really good. Risalamande is a Christmas tradition. It's a rice pudding with lots of cream and whipped cream, and they put almonds in it. And at Christmas, the tradition, they'll put one or two whole almonds, and then you try to find it. They pour cherries on top, like a cherry sauce on top, and then you hide it so that everybody... Like you have this huge dinner at Christmas, on Christmas Eve. They celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. And so you have this huge dinner, and then they bring out this huge bowl of rice pudding at the end, and you try to eat it, and you try to keep the almond hidden, the whole almond. And there's chunks of almonds all throughout, so you're trying to find the whole one. And then you get a prize. Usually it's marzipan. So I won. I made my companion sick because I was like, here, have more. Because I had the almond on my first bite, and I just kept it hidden the whole time. And so we both ate multiple bowls, but I don't know. I personally, they have liver pate, which is also really big. Not my favorite. I tried it multiple times. I didn't like it, but I had companions who loved it. So everybody has their own. So I don't know. They have a very distinct food culture, actually. It's really good. I love it. And probably the coolest thing about their food is hygge, which is, there's not a translation in English. It kind of means a cozy evening. And there's always food, and usually the lights are turned out, and they'll have candles lit, and they'll just sit around and talk for hours. And if you go to a restaurant, as missionaries we wouldn't do this, but we'd see people like, you don't give tips, it's already in your bill. And so you go out to eat and you sit at the restaurant for hours. Like you just sit there for 3 or 4 hours. And where here in the States, that would never fly because you're like, get out of the table, I want another customer, because you want tips. But there you just sit and you just talk, and it's just this very social. So we make social events around food, and they add food. I don't know. It's like everything is more social with food along. So it's a little different, but I love it. It's fun.